Hey, folks. Today was a mixture of stuff. I finished Jake Parker's Mastering Perspective course. Um, I've got nothing but good things to say about that. I'm gonna do a review of it, um, probably this weekend and put it up. Um, and I finished off the perspective section of Trent's uh, Easy Art Lessons 1 to 20 course. And yeah, just they're so far I can't but recommend them. They're fantastic. They really are amazing. I've learned an awful lot from them. Um, but anyway, on to today's update. So again, anatomy. Still hammering away at filling up pages and pages of the human form. As you can see, not much of a massive difference. The arm at the top of this one I like. I'm kind of messing around with finally kind of getting shading in on muscle groups. Um, but the overall form, there's not much of a difference from like yesterday's update. And I don't think there's going to be a huge difference for a bit. Um, but I'm still trying to keep myself in check. I'm still trying to keep that in, a little bit of movement, a little bit of gesture, a little bit of detail here and there, but limiting it and trying to keep an eye on proportion as much as possible. It's it's an ongoing process. This one here you can see again, just trying to play around with the placement of the limbs and trying to get a little bit of motion and a little bit of twist um, into the anatomy. Three of these drawings are just a person standing straight on. You can see I'm starting to, the bottom right hand image, I'm starting to add in a little bit of detail on the kneecap and um, flesh out a little bit of important details, I suppose, such as like the stomach, the pecs, the bend in the arm where the elbow is, the knees, you know, primary areas that I think learning a little bit of detail actually helps the overall form and how to understand how to connect everything up. Um, but also not going too far, not going too crazy on it. Because again, it's all about getting progressively more knowledge, progressively more tuition, but also just hammering out tons and tons and tons of anatomical poses. And then finishing up today, I decided to do a this drawing uh, using what I've learned from the Mastering Perspective course and the final of Trent's perspective section of his 1 to 20 easy art lessons. Again, there's still issues with it. There's still like problems with um, the vanishing points, and the perspective is off in a lot of areas and a lot of places. It's a relatively simplistic um, layout. It's essentially boxes with a few windows, but I tried to make it a little bit more cartoony. Rather, again, I'm not going for realism or fine art. Um, when it came to this drawing specifically, I wanted it to be more of an interesting kind of fun celebration of finishing those aspects of the course, I guess. Um, but I also managed to implement a lot of different things, like the signpost on the left has a woman laying across it. You've got the box with crab legs and eyes coming out of it. You've got a car. You've got a guy walking his dog. A lot of different aspects of things that I've learned a lot of this stuff, and have fun with the perspective as well, because there's a guy reading a newspaper looking down at this block. It's not just a building. You're looking at the building in a street. I want it to be kind of I guess a scene rather than an image, if that makes sense. I wanted to have a little bit of life and motion, as if it's being captured for a film or a panel in a comic or something. And that was kind of my attempt at it. I think it came out okay. There's so much wrong with it. there's so much wrong with it, but I don't know. I think from where I started, not having done any form of perspective or buildings or anything like that, um, I think it's came out okay. Like there's a lot of areas that I look at now and I just want to get in there and fix. Um, for instance, the supporting foundation pillars on each corner of the main building under the sex sign um, are disproportionate to one another. Like there's not a subtle fall off in height. It's a very stark difference. Um, but yeah, I think tried to add in a good bit of complexity while also trying to keep it simple. And it looks, yeah, from a distance, I think it looks good. I think when you get up close to it, you start to notice an awful lot of things that are wrong with it. But I think from a distance, it looks okay. It wouldn't be bad for some background art, I guess. Yeah, it's fine. I still need to work on so much of it. The one thing I have learned actually is with the character with the dog, kind of just having a silhouette of the character is more beneficial than having detail. And that's one thing I'm kind of learned a lot by doing this is trying not to make super high levels of detail on aspects of the drawing because it can take away from the overall drawing. Sometimes a simplistic shadow of a human, rather than going in and, hey, I'm going to draw this guy walking his dog and give him a bunch of like really highly detailed aspects to his anatomy and body and clothes, or having super detailed windowsills. When you don't need that, it actually takes away from the overall image. And placement of detail is, less is more to a large degree. So yeah, it's been interesting. I had fun drawing this one. I think that's the nice aspect of it, especially doing all the anatomy where it's just trying to get that volume of work and gradually get better and gradually learn more things to attach to it. It was nice to be able to sit down and just kind of, I'm going to draw something and see how it goes, and not worry too much about it. But yeah, it's not bad. Tomorrow, we're gonna continue on the struggle. But yeah, that's my update for today, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. If you like this, then like it, subscribe. If not, just have a great day and a better tomorrow, and yeah, just have a good one. Alright, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.